Hi guys, welcome to Becodewala. I welcome you to my new amazing project. In this project, we are going to build a AI chatbot. In previous videos also I have made a AI chatbot but with the HTML, CSS and JavaScript. But now we are going to make with the React. And not only this is a simple not a chatbot, we have added some extra features like we have this dark and light mode. You can see it, and another thing we have this delete button, so when you click on it, it will delete your all chats. So let's start chatting with our AI chatbot. So not only this, it will show you the time, so how many time ago we have sent it this message. So we have sent it 5 minutes ago, so it will show you 5 minutes ago you have chat with this chatbot, so it will show the time also. And you can see that I have changed the whole UI. Now it's looking very nice. And let's ask something more. What is React? So it is, you can see that it is loading, and now it will get the response and it will show in our page. So you can see that it's how beautifully it is showing the response, right? And when you click on this delete button, it will delete all the chats. You can see that. That's the extra feature I have included: time, delete, dark mode and light mode. So these three features we have included, and we are going to build with this. You can see that first of all React, obviously we are going to use React. And for the AI response, generative AI, and that is Gemini API, right? And you know that we have seen that the date is showing how many times ago we have generated our code and response. So the time, the chat time, it will show using date fns. And the lucid react for the icons we have used in our project. And then we have a react dom and react markdown. So what is react markdown? So markdown means, so when the we are chatting with the bot, right, it will not give in a simple text. So it is a combination of simple text, hash, and other symbol like a star and slashes. So because of that our response will not look good. So we use react markdown to make our response look beautiful and justin, like we use redux toolkit, right? Similarly we are going to use justin in this project. For a small project you can use justin. So justin is another store library, you can go and check it out. Justin, it is similar to the redux toolkit. So this is the justin, and you can go and check it out how it's created. So one up, see, we use redux toolkit so to work like this, right? So now we use justin, and it is very easy to implement and use it. So let's get start with the project. So first of all I will explain you in this video how I have made this. So first of all we install all these things. So we have installed already, and the simplest way to install and set up your react is using vite tool. So go to vite and you can write vite react, so it will directly go to the vite react. So here you will scroll down, and then you'll see that npm create vite at the latest. It will ask some question, what are the things we are going to use: react, javascript, tailwind, css, many things it will ask. You can go and see, and you can see that below we have used the tailwind css also for styling our project. And one more thing extra we have added in our chatbot is typescript. So the type safety is very crucial in our projects, so we are going to use typescript also. And you can see the vite tool we have used to create our react app. so it's also mentioned here. And now get started with our project. So here we have a app.tsx, so it will control all the components, services, everything. It will be controlled from the here is the main point. So here app.tsx, you can see that the TypeScript you are going to use, so not using JavaScript. So for the TypeScript, first we'll see the TypeScript how we have defined. So in the types file we define some TypeScript, like this is the way to define the TypeScript. If you don't know TypeScript, please go and learn. Many tutorials are available of TypeScript on the YouTube. You can go and check it out. So here export interface, so we are creating this message interface, and in this we are going to export this. And in this interface, once we define this, we can use many times by importing in other components. So here we have id or type is string, content of type is string, like we use C++, right? We define type integer, it is a string, is array. Like similarly we is using TypeScript. So JavaScript don't provide TypeScript safety, so we are using TypeScript. So it is not, it is little bit extended version of the JavaScript, you can say that. It's, if you know JavaScript, you know TypeScript, you can learn it very easily in one day. Don't worry, you can go and watch the tutorials and you can make a project like this. And type is stamp will be type of type date. And here we have defined two roles, user and assistant. And similarly for the chat state is message. So message, it will contain a array of message, right? So we are defining array, type is array. Is typing, is user is typing yes or no, it is boolean. Okay, right? So we are define boolean. In dark mode, yes or no, what is true and false. So we have defined the type boolean. So add message, so add message will be a function. So function we are using void, and in this we are going to include content string and role, user and assistant will be there. So similarly set is typing, means if user is typing, so that function for that function we have also defined the TypeScript, type safety and clear message also, and a toggle. So what are the function and variable we are going to use in our projects? For that we are defining our types, and we are defined in the separate file, so we can import and use it wherever we want. So here you can see that we have imported use effect, and we have imported header component, chat message component, chat input. These components we have created here. So here you can see that the chat input, in chat input we have some react use state. So use state to make our state variable, and here we have imported send button from the lucid react, right? Then we have created a in chat input props. So here we have defined our TypeScript here also for the what user will type on send message. This is the function, it will take the message as a string, and the type of function is void. And disable boolean means it is disable or not, so that will be boolean of type. So whenever we message to the see, like hi, so now you can see that we are unable to type. After the response we get the typing, right? Type, we can type in the box after the response. So like what is AI. So when you see press enter, you can see that we are unable to type something, because we can't type something because of still we not get the response from the AI. After getting in the response from the AI, now we can type for the another message. So for that we have used. Now similarly for the chat input, this chat input is a functional component. So you define this is a functional component and of the type chat input props that we have defined above, right? react.fc means functional component. So this is the we use in TypeScript for the functional components. We use functional component nowadays, like we are not using class component. And here on send message, so this is the very we have a defined variable above, the same we are using here. And disable false, initially it will be not be disabled, right? And we are defining use state for the message, so whatever user is typing and sending to the that we have to track, right? So we are using use state. And here we have a handle submit function, so when user press enter, so message any space will be there, so it will trim. And not disabled, so it will be true. So disable will be true, means user can't type. So after getting response only user can type. On send message, message will be sent, and this set message will set the message to the here. You can see that the above message is we are getting there, so it will set there. So now we are returning a form, so handle submit. So this what this function do, the it handle all the inputs in our form. And we are defining some class name, so in using class name we style our Tailwind CSS. And below we have a div, and in this we have a div, we have some class names, we have style type text value message. So whatever user will type, that message will store in our use state, right? So it will track, it will not store, means it will track your. So what is use state is a state variable, and with a state function, set function. And on change state, the whatever the user will type, it will set the message, and it will disable when the user press enter or type on the send button. And here the button is disabled and trim. And after that the send button icon we have used here in this with the button, and when the user click, it will send the message. So how the send function will work, so this send function we'll see soon. So first of all, see our header. So in header we have a this AI chatbot delete and darken mode icon. So this trash icon for the delete, sun and moon for the this darken light mode. And then after that you chat store. So chat store we have created a custom hook. So this is the just end, right? The use chat store is a custom hook, and in this just end we are going to create our store. In this we have a port our types we have defined here. Chat we have defined, I've shown you before, chat.ts. And we have importing the create from the just end to create our store, right? And then we have created use chat store custom hook. If you don't know how to create a custom hook in React, please go and learn. It is very easy to create. Just define the variable and create we have imported from the gesture. And chat state is the type safety for that. And then the set, we pass the set here to set the store. Initial state message is an array, it will be empty, typing false and dark mode false. And add message, this function will be there right here in the chat. You can see that add message, set typing clear and toggle mode. So all these things we are going to store. So content string, role, user, assistant. So these are the types. And the set state, so what the set we are going to set the state message. So whatever we are typing and getting the response, all this we are going to store here in this message. We are using a spread operator here, spread the current message into a new array, right? And update the message array by appending the new message. So whatever the new message we have, that this is the second message we have to append to the here. We are not replacing the previous message, right? So now in this we are going to use id. So id we are going to generate using crypto.random.uid for the unique id for the message. So why we are using this we will see soon. And this is the content role at timestamp equal to new date. So the from the current date it will like we have a this you can see the time, right? Suppose we have a this time for the, you can see that the local time, right, in the my pc, and with this it will subtract the previous time. So it will get a difference between the previous time and the current time, and that time it will show here, right? Like it is showing currently less than a minute. I'll type something and you can see that 7 minutes ago, right? And similarly set is typing means if it is typing, set is typing equal to typing. So we are passing the parameter that we have defined before except the boolean. And I have used the comments also to make you understand very clear. And here we have a clear all the message. So the message will be empty array, right? And toggle dark mode is dark mode, set is state dark mode, and we are using this ternary operator to toggle between these two booleans. And now we can go for the chat message, and the chat message will be the date fns. We are putting the format distance to now. So we will use this to calculate our time. So at what time we have sent how many times before. And we are using bot and user, importing this icon from the lucid react. We are using the type from the types.chat react markdown for the good looking messages, right? Now we have defined here the type, and here we have defining the type of the functional component, and here we are creating a variable like it is ai or assistant, like assistant or user. The two role we have defined. If it is ai, then white, bg gray, you can see that, and the dark it will be this color, right? And if it is not there it will be this color, right? And now we have defined the div. In this div we have this is ai. If it is ai then this, otherwise this color code, right? If it is ai then show this bot icon, otherwise user icon. So these are the simple things. And here we have a div, and this div we are in this div we can see that here is the icon and you message time and the everything we are going to store in a div. And then you can see the, in a span we are using time format distance to now from the we have imported one data fns message dot timestamp and add suffix true. So how it will calculate, like in previous where we have a in chat store, here we have a date fns where we have seen before. Let me see, here on type is new date, right? New date, and that time spent the message will be there. It will format that into the this type of format, like less than a minute ago, 7 minutes ago, right? And add suffix true. So it will add a suffix like here 7 minutes ago, right? And here we have another div, and in this div whatever the message content will be there, it will mark down. So our message is marked down, and if you will not use, it will not give this clear message, it will be unreadable. So and here we have seen, and here we have a type indicator, this the three dots, right? So for this we have created this, like we are typing here something and the three dot is appearing, how it's animating, right, bouncing. So for that we have written this code, and every component function we have defined the types take.fc, right? And now come to the important file. Here is the necessary module from the generative, so this we will get from the Gemini. So go to the Gemini generative AI code. So don't worry, I will give you the full code. Where it was Gemini, let me check. Don't worry, I will give all this code. It's going Gemini API. Let's go to explore Google AI Studio. Create a prompt. API documentation. So go to the API documentation. We will find this. You can see that the generative AI code. So here you can see that the for the Node.js generative AI code, right? You are importing. See, Google generative AI generative model generic config from the Google dot at the rate. You can see that generative AI, right? And here we are declaring the variable. Initially it's set to null, and function to initialize the AI with the API key, and here we are getting the generative AI client. Sorry. And here we have creating the instance of the generative AI, and that API key we have defined here in the .env file. So I can't show my secret key, so you can go and create your own here you can go get API key, you will get your API key, so don't worry. And here we have a generative AI with the API key. You can see that we have used from here only. You can see that with the generative AI, and all this model equal to Gemini Pro. I am using Gemini Pro, right? And copy all this code, we will get free of cost on our GitHub. I will show you how to push the code on the GitHub also, so don't worry. And generate response, how it will generate response if the model, it will show an error if not the model. And this is the some general config temperature top k, and result will be the, you can see that the using async await generate content. So model will generate the content and append the user input message, and it will generate the response text and come to the app.tsx. Here is the, and when you are using creating the .env file, keep your all the secret key in your .env file. Start, if you are, I'm creating this React app with the wheat, right? So always start naming with the wheat Gemini API key. So always start with the wheat. So with this name you can create variable and write your API key. Otherwise you can paste here also. So import meta.env.wait Gemini API key. That's the way to import your API key from the .env when we use wheat. And here we are initializing Gemini API, and then in the app function component, here we have message, typing, add message, set message, dark mode, that we have created in a store and we have exported, right? So that we are getting from this chat store, and this use ref, we are going to use ref to reference the int of the message of the list for the auto scrolling. So whenever we are messaging, so it will auto scroll it, right? So how we are doing this using use ref. So how it will scroll to the bottom, if the current dot scroll dot view behavior is smooth, means like we have typed something and it is not in view, right? Yes, something it is hiding, so it will scroll automatically, right? So for that we have used this, and the use effect. So why we are using in scroll bottom use effect, in use effect, because whenever the user message, some message change, like response also come, not only user only message, if response also come it will scroll. So it will see, wait for the response, and it will scroll. See, it is scroll, auto scroll, right? So whatever the user or AI assistant will message, so that time it will scroll. So we have passed the dependency, right? You know how to use in a use effect, right? Then handle message, so add message user and set is typing. So whatever the user is message, that message text will be add to this function, and set typing true when the user is typing. And using try catch block, we generating the response, await generate response message, and that generates response from the assistant. So we are providing the role assistant, and if it is error, it will show an error. Finally set typing false. So after the response, the set typing will be false. So here is the dark mode. If it is dark mode, it will be class dark, otherwise no classes. So using dark class, we are going to define for the dark and light mode. So you can see that at the dark class we are going to use background gray. If you remove this, so it will not work. See, it is not working for the dark mode. So we are defining here class in the this curly parenthesis. Curly parenthesis is mainly used for the JavaScript logic syntax. So here we are defining header component, then after header it will show the message, and the using map function we are going to message function with the specific id. Why use id? Because if you are using map function, it should have a specific key. So for the key we are generating some random UID, and that will be the specific key for that message. And after that it will append this message to this map function, and if it is typing, it will show the type integrator, and the message in div means after that it will scroll and it will show the message. So what this message in div do, we have seen above only HTML div element, so it will scroll down and to empty the team market of the message for scrolling, right? And the chat input, so on send message disable typing, so typing will be disabled at that time. So this is the code we have written. So all of this component, services, store and types, we have written in the very professional manner, and you can see that it's working totally fine, right? So now we will see how to push this code on the GitHub. So I will create one more terminal, clear our terminal. So must sure your node modules is in git ignore, so we don't push node module on the GitHub. So let's push our code on the GitHub. So git init, git add dot means all code we are on to push. Git now commit, git commit, and make sure git is installed in your system. Commit hyphen a, so what message you want to give? AI chatbot, chatbot. And after that we have to pass the URL at what repo we want to post. So go for github.com. I'm going to my GitHub, create a new repo here. Here you can see that new repo, and please guys follow me on the GitHub and give a star on the code. Whatever the code I am pushing on the GitHub, please give a star and follow me. And here you can see the right AI chatbot react typescript, typescript, right? It is public. I'm going to make it public so you guys can access it. Now create repository, click on this. So you are seeing right how to push, and copy this first line. If you have a, see the push an existing repo, so click use this because we have created already a repo. So now paste this link in our GitHub terminal, and after this press enter. Then the last line of code will be git push minus u, sorry hyphen u, origin master, and after that it will post. So you can see that our code has been pushed to the GitHub. So refresh our page, so you can see that the code has been pushed to the GitHub. So make sure to give a star and follow. So thanks for watching. We'll meet in next video with a new amazing project. So thank you.